Hey y'all, welcome to Back Porch Cooking and Reminiscing. I'm Roger, and we're happy to have y'all here with us today. Today we're going to be doing a Southern classic recipe. It's got smoked sausage, onions, bell peppers, celery, and a few other ingredients that I'm not going to tell you about just yet. The name of this recipe is swamp soup, and you're just not going to believe what goes into it.
Yeah. Porch boards sway in a slow rhythm. Got the screen door sighing a low hum. That old wood stove is cooking something good. Smell of bacon filling up the neighborhood.
So here's our first set of ingredients, and then I've got a pot sitting over here that I put about a teaspoon of olive oil in. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to saute these smoked sausages. So we've got our smoked sausages in our pot here, and it's heating up, and we're just going to brown them. We want to get a little bit of color on them. So we're going to leave those in there until we get some color. All right, so we got a little color on our sausages here now. So I think we're ready to add in the holy trinity of the onions, the celery, and the peppers. Now, if I can do this without making a mess. And we're just going to give everything a stir and get some juices from that sausage on all the peppers and the onions and the celery. And then we're just going to let that kind of simmer until we get everything kind of translucent and tender. Alright guys, so we've got our onions and peppers and celery is caramelized just a little bit on this. And so now we're going to put in a tablespoon of garlic. And now, I only put my garlic in at the last 30 seconds of when I'm sweating something down. So once we start smelling this garlic, we're going to turn the heat down, which I did turn the heat up to about not hardly a high, but close to a high. We were on 8 on the air stove. And like I say, as soon as I start smelling that garlic, we're going to cut the heat down on it for a few. All right, starting to smell the garlic now. So we're going to cut this down to about a medium heat, and we're going to get ready to put the other ingredients in. All right, guys, so now that we've got this done and everything is very aromatic, we're going to start adding in our next ingredient. So first thing we've got a can of black-eyed peas. So we're just going to pour them in there. On the black-eyed peas, you can do them drained or you can not drain them. It just however you want to do it. Then we've got a can of navy beans. Now on the navy beans, because they do seem to come out of the can a little slimy, we do go ahead and drain those and rinse them and get that little bit of sliminess off. So we're just going to dump those all in there. And then we're going to put in a can of mild diced tomatoes. This is Rotel with green chilies. Just going to dump that whole can in there. All right, now we're going to give all this a good stir. Get everything incorporated in. But guys, this is not everything. We still got some more stuff that we're going to put in there. So the next thing that we're going to put in there is we're going to add some potatoes into it. Now y'all know we'll give you the amounts and everything once we get done and we get get it all in the description for you. So we're just going to give those potatoes a good stir. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to put in there is some turnip greens and the juice from them. And Audrey says that she used the Margaret Holmes seasoned canned turnip greens. We like to use fresh, but we just didn't have any, so these are the canned ones. But we're going to dump this all in there, and we're going to give it another stir around. Then we're going to do 2 cups of chicken broth. And again, we're going to stir and mix everything together. And then we've got 1 tablespoon of Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. And we're just going to sprinkle that all in there. Again, give it a stir, but we're going to turn our heat up. We're going to go about a medium-high heat on that. And now we're just going to let it simmer until those potatoes are nice and tender. And we're going to be making us a pan of cornbread to go with it. This stuff is going to be delicious, guys. If you've never had it, you just don't know what you're missing. So while our soup is cooking and our potatoes are getting tender, let's talk about a little bit of history of swamp soup. You might be wondering, where does such a strange name come from? The truth? It's not an ancient recipe passed down through the centuries. It's actually a brilliant piece of modern Southern marketing. For generations, this was just turnip, green, and bean soup. But home cooks quickly realized that turnip soup didn't exactly draw a crowd at the potluck or the family reunion. Once they started calling it swamp soup, people got curious. And it stuck because it sounds adventurous and fulfilling. It's really a clean out the pantry type dish. It's built on that classic Southern foundation: smoky sausage, dark leafy greens, and beans. It's meant to be flexible, whether you're using what's left in your garden or just whatever's in your pantry. It's all about resourcefulness. It's everything in the pot cooking at its best. So there's no single authentic recipe. The best swamp soup is whatever you have on hand. It's a perfect reminder that sometimes the best recipes aren't found in a book, but in the creativity of the person standing at the stove. So now you know a little more about swamp soup than what you did before. So guys, I can't wait for this to get done. Get me a piece of that cornbread, put it in this with this soup. It is going to be delicious. So guys, our swamp soup is ready. It smells delicious. And with putting those potatoes in there, it thickens the broth up, and that just looks so good. So we're going to be getting us a bowl of it and letting it cool just a little bit because it's still super, super hot. But I also wanted to show you my pan of cornbread. Check that out. Ain't that beautiful? All right, so I'll leave you the link in the description for our cornbread so you can go in there and make you some cornbread just like we make. And we'll, of course, leave the recipe and everything for the swamp soup in the description. So we're going to get a bowl, set it out, and let it cool a little bit, and then we'll give it a taste test. So here's our bowl of swamp soup, and it's cooling, but it's still got steam coming off of it. So I'm going to give it another few minutes, and then we're going to give it a try. All right, I'm ready to give this a try. I'm going to try it without any cornbread in it. Then I'm going to put me some cornbread in it. But something y'all may have noticed, we didn't put any salt in this, okay? Because the beans and the turnip greens already had salt in it. The chicken broth had salt. Everything pretty much had salt, so that's why we didn't put any salt in it. And the only thing as far as pepper goes, we use the Tony Chachere's, and so I'm ready to give it a taste, but I'm gonna have to blow on it for just a minute because it is still smoking hot. It's even hard for me to hold the bowl. So give me just a minute. All right, here goes. Mm-mm-mm. That is so good. If you've never had swamp soup, you need to try this. I promise you, having that pot liquor from the turnip greens, that's what we call it down south, is pot liquor. But having that in it with the sausages and all the other things that we put in it, it is awesome. So now I'm going to crumble me up a little cornbread in it, and then we're going to give that a taste. So we got us some cornbread crumbled up in there, and now we're going to give it a try with the cornbread. It was good just by itself, but I got a feeling that this cornbread is going to make it even better than it was when I first tasted it. So let's give it a try. Oh, yeah. If you make this, make some cornbread to go with it. Takes it to the next level, I promise you. So, guys, I think you'll really enjoy this if you make it. So, as I tell you all the time, make it for your family. Share this with your friends. Share the recipe with your friends. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Click on that bell so you get notifications next time we put a video up. And guys, we appreciate y'all being here. Again, comments, leave us a comment. Tell us if you've ever had swamp soup before, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you'd make it again. Just tell us what you think about swamp soup. So we're going to get off of here and I'm going to go eat this bowl of soup. And again, appreciate y'all being here and watching the video. Y'all have a great day and we'll see you next time.